So he was saying he think martial law is coming, or he think a war is coming right now. So we're telling him, well, because he didn't really know, he was just speculating. So we're telling him, according to the Bible, we can tell you what's coming. But he said he ran up the street. He said he didn't want to know what was coming. He didn't want to know what was coming. He didn't want to know what was coming up next, according to the Bible. He wanted to stay ignorant. This is Isaiah 30 and 10. It's Isaiah 30 and 9. This is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
Yeah, rebellious children. So that's a characteristic that throughout our generations our people had. So this is a rebellious children who will not hear the word of the Lord. Like our people, they don't want to hear the word of the Lord. They don't even they don't even want to know, like, damn, just like, even with vendors or whatever, like, what they sell, what they're about, they don't even know that. It's like, they're careless. They walk around in society, like, in a careless state, you know what I mean? I guess what we're doing is, like, we're studying or whatever. No, what I mean is like they're here for pleasure, entertainment, shopping, window shopping, all that stuff.
Right. It's Isaiah 30 and 10. Would say to the seer, see not, and unto the prophet, prophesy not unto us the right things. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
Yeah, we say to the seers, prophesy not unto us right things, meaning the correct thing. But prophesy, or the truth, the correct thing or the truth, but prophesy deceits. So they want to hear lies. They want to hear everything's going to be all right. Kumbaya, whole healing. They want to hear something smooth.
They want to hear they can sin all week, commit adultery, smoke, murder, get tattoos, and then all they gotta do is come to church Sunday, pay their tithes, and then everything's forgiven now. That's what they want to hear.
Yeah, that's the same thing, basically. Well, not same thing, but like that was happening during the time of Jeremiah. Before the Babylonian captivity, you had kings that was set up. I mean, basically, you know how we had the offering and all that stuff like that, the burnt offerings for sins and all that. And people just doing it like, all right, I know I'm gonna fucking sin. I'm gonna commit adultery with this person's wife, whatever. You just give my offerings and sacrifices ready or whatever. And that's the way our people were basically living and stuff. You know what I mean?
It's Isaiah 30:11. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, because the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
Yeah, it calls the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. So they don't want to see the Most High. They don't want to see. They don't want anything to do with the Most High or the Son. You know what I'm saying? Let them cease from before us. That's basically. The people that walk by, it's like, man, get that shit, man, fuck out of here. I ain't trying to hear that Bible or whatever. That's basically the spirit that our people is in.
This is Proverbs 28 and 9. He that turneth away his ears from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
Yeah, the scriptures say, he that turneth his ear from hearing the laws, even his prayer shall be an abomination. So our people, when they turn their ear from hearing the scriptures, from hearing who they are, their God, their nationality, their birthright and all that, the blessings, the truth, when they turn away from that, their prayers are going to be an abomination. So when evil, matter of fact, Proverbs, their fear, they're basically mocking or whatever. When that fear, when that judgment comes, they're going to be ashamed. Proverbs 1.
It's Proverbs 1 and 24.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Because I have called and ye refuse,
Yeah, because he called. How's he calling? He's calling using us, his instruments or whatever. The prophets, his messengers. He's calling the elected and nation of Israel.
I have stretched out my hand.
Yeah, he stretched out his hand. That's why we're out here preaching to gather his people by way of remembrance to the scriptures.
And no man regarded.
Yeah, no man regarded. Like, oh man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. Oh well, you know what I mean? Let's do us. We're not even going to think about that right now. It's a Saturday. All we're going to think about is pleasure, entertainment, fun. You know what I mean? We're going to try and get as drunk as we can, have a good time, get some women or whatever at the end of the night. That's their thing. Or vice versa with the female or whatever. We're going to get some you know, the women are looking for entertainment.
Sometimes they want the men to the women too.
Yeah, especially up here. Yeah, we're at now. It's Philly. It's called South Street, and like at nighttime, I kind of wanted to get out here a little bit earlier today because at nighttime, you know, it's like people really be getting drunk and really like the saying goes, you know, the freaks come out at night. Like you'll see what looks like to be women, but you won't know if they're women, and probably men too. You'll see men or women that are really men. I mean, you'll just see a lot of confusion and stuff out here. Make a long story short. So that's why, but that's the spot that we're teaching at or whatever.
But ye have said, and not all my counsel.
Yeah, you have said and not all my counsel. What is a counsel? We counsel. We're somebody comes up here. We're talking to them. We're rationalizing. We're not rationalizing. We're in the scripture. But we're trying to persuade them the word of Yahweh Shem Shai to come back to the truth.
And with none of my reproof.
So we're trying to reprove you. I mean, you look at that word. This scripture is in Proverbs 1. Proverbs 1:25. It says, rebuke, correction, punishment, chastisement, argument. Correction. Yeah, so basically correction. For the most part, it's correction. We're out here trying to correct our people, telling you don't do this. This is going to happen to you. Thus saith the Lord. But our people don't want to hear it.
I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
Yeah, so he's going to laugh at your calamity. Nation Israel's calamity. He's going to laugh at your calamity. When judgment comes, when the RFID ship comes, it's like the mark of the beast, which is the RFID ship comes, when martial law comes, when famine and earthquakes on a larger scale than what it is presently, when those things come, then our people are going to be sorry. They're going to be like, damn, I wish I would have took this seriously.
I didn't know this was going to happen in my lifetime.
Yeah, I thought, oh yeah, well it's not going to happen in my lifetime. I can just continue to sin.
When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
Yeah. Your fear and anguish come, then they shall seek me early, but I will not find me. Because the Most High, he's just like, all right, let's say like Casey, right? Let's get into the old faith and all that, right? The Most High sent Noah on the earth for a specific time to preach, to be a preacher of righteousness before the flood came. And then he implemented the flood that came to pass, and he destroyed that generation. So that's what's happening now. And the grace period is slowly, the hour clock is going down. It's losing its hand. It's going to be empty soon. The Most High is going to flip that joint around and judge the world for their iniquity. Do you want to have favor? Do you want to be spared? Or do you want to be ashamed and be destroyed? And it's up to you.
For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
Yeah, our people, they hate knowledge. They hate the knowledge is talking about the Bible, all right? Because that's where the truth is going to come out at. It said they hated knowledge. They hated knowledge. They hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. I mean, so our people, they reject the truth. And they don't want to hear the word of the Lord. They want to hear science, falsely so-called. They want to hear everything else. That sounds interesting because they have itching ears and hearing the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
This is St. John's 8:32. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Yeah, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. That's what's gonna make you free. Not getting money, not selling out, not being successful in this world, not I'll see my salvation for a second. But yeah, the truth is what's going to... Well, yeah. I mean, actually, it pertains to this. Yeah. That's what's going to set you free, is knowing the truth. Because if you don't know the truth, you're going to be still... You're going to have those mental chains that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, put on our people's minds to not know who we are or acknowledge the fact that we're Israelites and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
The second Esdras 14:38. And the next day, behold, a voice called me, saying, Esdras, open thy mouth and drink that I give thee to drink. Then opened I my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup, which was full as it were with water, but the color of it was like fire.
Yeah, so the Most High, in the beginning of a lot of scripture, you'll see like, the word came to this person, that person. So the Most High gives his word to the holy prophets, all right? Not just everybody, all right? Because you have false prophets that teaching fallacies and false doctrines or whatever that's going throughout the earth, all right? And the Holy Spirit is not with you. It's like,
Benjamin?
Everybody rights. I mean, I said
This is St. John 6:54. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. For my flesh is a meat indeed, and my blood is a drink indeed. He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him.
So basically, you have to, just like we're saying right now, what we're doing is, like Yahushua, his whole mission or ministry was basically to set up, teachers and all that to be able to teach his word. That's why he set up the 12 disciples. That's why, after he was gone, he set up the Holy Spirit. And that basically made them alive. It woke them up. It made them, like the scripture says, it is a spirit.
This is St. John 6:63. It is a spirit that quicketh the flesh profiteth nothing.
Yeah, the flesh profiteth nothing. Like all these things outside of the scripture, they're like basically of the flesh. And the scripture says it is a spirit that quickens. So that's ultimately what's gonna make you alive. When we say make you alive, it's talking about, waking you up, keeping you hydrated and nourishing you, building you up in the spirit.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Yep. They are spirit and they are life. It's a different, spirit of these words that we have. It's like the words that we're teaching, like the words of a worldly person or whatever that's teaching you. It's a different spirit that we have. Like when I heard the apostles, you know, and the elders and the brothers breaking down the scriptures when I first came into the truth, it's like, you know, I remember I wanted to learn more. I wanted to, you know, I'm like, damn, I'm an Israelite. You know, I knew about, you know, the history of slavery and everything that happened to our people, but I didn't have a resolution on what to do with it. So when I heard the words of Yahweh Shem Shai through the prophets, it made me, it quickened me, it made me back alive. I not only, you know, did I just put down the old man, the things that I did before, I had to start prepare myself to get on a level to go out and actually physically teach and to gather fruit need for repentance. Or if that's not my lot, to go out and teach, do whatever I could to further push the word of Yahweh Shem Shai.
This is Matthew 24 and 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Yeah, but he that shall endure unto the end. Going back to the first scripture that we brought out, Jeremiah 8:20, about you know, basically roughly summarizing or whatever. The seasons have passed, but we are yet not saved. So the scripture just said, that's in the New Testament, it's saying that basically you have to endure into the end to be saved. You can't just say, like how people in the Christian church, they say I'm saved, but you have to endure until the end because all the prophecies didn't come to pass yet. So how can you say that you're saved? I mean, that's common sense. That's not that deep to understand. But our people don't even consider that. I mean, what can you, after reading that scripture in Jeremiah and then that scripture right there, what can you say? I mean, what can you say to come back? I mean, it's crazy. Romans 11:5.
This is Romans 11:5. Even so, then, in this present time also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
Yeah, remnant. The word so the book of Romans 11:5. Yeah, we look at that word. It says a remainder, right? So the remainder, of course, is talking about the elected nation of Israel. So it said, even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to election. And election basically means coming from the Greek word also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace. Election of grace. We're going back to grace. Grace is basically a period or whatever that the Most High gives our people to build them up favor, basically. You know? We're the Most High chosen people. So there's a remnant set aside according to election that are going to basically be able to receive the truth and are going to be saved.
This is Mark 4:9. And he said unto them, he that have ears to hear, let him hear.
Yeah, so he that can perceive, you know, he that has the spiritual eye, the spiritual mind that can perceive. Because even, you know, when Yahweh Shai spoke in parables, not everybody can understand his parables. And that's why he spoke in parables, because the message wasn't for everybody to hear. It was only for the people that were meant to hear it.
People make an election.
Yeah. Election.
And when he was alone, they that were about him with the 12 asked of him the parable. And he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of Yahweh. But unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables,
Yeah, so basically, not everybody's gonna be able to perceive the truth. You know, that's why Yahweh Shai, with the world enemy called Jesus Christ, he spoke in parables because only an election, a chosen people, are really gonna perceive what he said. Like even when he was out, even when he was out teaching, you had people that were just following him just to get a meal or whatever, but they weren't really seriously trying to hear what he was saying and what he was doing. They didn't really take it seriously.
That's good.
This is Luke 8 and 10.
Second. I mean, you had something. Second Ezra 9 and 22. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. So it says, let the multitude perish then, which is born in vain. And that's what I was saying earlier. You know how you have the majority or multitude of Israel that's basically going to be destroyed, all right? In thermonuclear destruction or whatever judgments that the Most High has set aside for them. And it says, and let my grape be kept in my plants, for with great labor have I made it perfect. So basically that's talking about the elect, like how you have the multitude or what we call the 2/3, and then you have the elect which are being saved. No, I was just thinking about this too. Hosea the first chapter, no verse. Then one is God. Alright, so that's there. That's showing you that the Most High, not everybody can be saved.
It's Matthews 11 and 16. But where unto you shall I liken a generation? It is like unto children sitting in the market and calling unto their fellows, and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not laughed.
Yeah, it says,
And saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced.
Yeah, it says we have pipes unto you, like for example, when somebody's playing music. It's like there's another scripture that says, and the people sit before us as a very lovely song. So it's saying we have piped, like it's basically like we're playing music. Like the scriptures say, and they sung as it were a new song, right? So the new song is talking about the gospel, the Bible. So it says they piped unto you. Piped unto you.
And saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced.
Yeah, we have piped unto you too. Pipe unto our people. They're not dancing. They should be happy at what we're saying. It should be like something that you want to hear. You want to hear. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear, oh, I'm an Israelite. Oh, I could receive salvation. Oh, we're the chosen people. Oh, the people that had us in slavery, people that wiped out the indigenous people of our nation or whatever, that they're going to be our servants, that we're going to have the kingdom and the bullish. You should be happy about that. You know what I mean? That should be music to your ears. All right, but our people, they're so brainwashed or whatever. They have such a slave mentality. They don't want to hear this music.
This Lamentations 5:1. Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Remember, O Lord, what is Lamentations 5:1. Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach.
Yeah, so look at what the Most High basically brought upon our people, and remember what he basically did to us. Our people was basically destroyed. It's like depression, but at the same time, if we didn't read the scriptures, we didn't know what comes after this or whatever, we wouldn't have, basically, we wouldn't be able to pull ourselves up and up to think that there's a way out of it.
It's Proverbs 14:34. Righteousness exalted a nation, but the sin is a reproach to any people. Righteousness exalted a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people.
Yeah, righteousness exalts the nation. Like, if we would have kept doing, if we would, keep rehearsing the laws, statutes, and commandments and do good, the Most High would bless us. But then when any nation does wickedly, the Most High is going to basically punish them or bring them down. Just like how the Most High is ultimately, he's going to bring Babylon, which we know is America. He's going to bring them down. He's going to bring them low because of all the wickedness, or iniquity that's committed in this place,
Lamentations 5:2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
Yeah, our inheritance is turned to strangers. So our inheritance, our land, our riches, our wealth, our natural resources is turned to strangers. Like right now, if you go to the land of Israel, you have people that are committing identity theft in our land that are calling themselves Jews, Israelites, Israelis, whatever, Jewish. They're in our land, basically trying to tell people that they're the real Jews according to the Bible. In reality, they're not our people. We're sitting up here, in row homes, projects, tenement buildings, reservations, and all this suffering because the Most High. Ultimately, it's the Most High's will. Esau is just a tool that the Most High used to punish us. But it was the Most High that did this because we committed the sin or iniquity.
And that was one of the curses that Moses was telling our forefathers that was going to happen if we didn't follow the laws, right? It's not even just Esau. It's also these other strangers that's here right now. You got Elam. You got Ishmael. They in our
Moab.
You got Jeff Moab. They all are in our in our neighborhoods above us in our community. In the barbershops, the corner stores, the liquor stores, Crown's Fried Chicken, and Moses expected that was gonna happen.
Yeah, so in Deuteronomy chapter 28, it talks about how the aliens would go higher than us and we would get lower and lower. So that's what the brother was talking about. You got gentrification, you got the different stores, like say the corner stores, clothing stores, a lot of these businesses or things that we need, food, raiment, shelter, we got to go to our enemies for, basically. And at the end of the day, there are non-Israelite nations that's doing all this stuff to us. As the scriptures say, that we would have to go to our enemies in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
This is Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Yeah, the stranger, talking about the heathens, they're going to get above us and we're going to get low and low.
It's Lamentations 5:2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens.
Yeah, our inheritance is turned to strangers and our houses to aliens. So just like I said, our inheritance is given to the other nations and our houses to aliens, other nations.
It's Lamentations 5:3. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows.
Yeah, it's like right now. It's almost like we don't have anybody that's really protecting us. You know what I'm saying? The Most High basically, if you're Israelite, the Most High basically turned his back on us because of what we did. It's like a motherless child is basically like they're a widow. They don't have anybody. It's like, I'm sorry. You got that?
We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows.
Yeah, our mothers are as widows. So at the end of the day, we don't have anybody to help us out.
This is Isaiah 47:6. I was wroth with my people.
Yeah, the Most High was wroth with his people. He was angry at his people. It's as a result of, just like we continue to keep saying, this is the root of the problem. Why we're in the condition we're in, because the Most High, it was the Most High's will. So he was wroth with his people. He polluted his inheritance. He was angry at what we did, and therefore he basically caused us these negative things to come upon us. It's like, hold on one second.